Drawing against Coastal Carolina. Marshall still with its lone loss of the year, that being that loss at Xavier earlier this season, right?
Yeah, this is a big match for both sides. Sunbelt Conference.
Okiyoshi will take the corner for Marshall, chips it into the 6-yard box, headed on, deflected around off a couple bodies. And you have to see what they're going to do on the ball. Sonny Kong, left foot towards net, and it's picked out of the air by Martinez. We have been living for the first 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the attacking end for the Thundering Herd. As you take another look at it, Sonny Kong had some room, sent it towards far post, and Martinez falls on top. He was successful at Indiana, PA, not Indiana University. First time. So he's been successful all over. Marshall overlapping runs. Herd gets it to Pinto, plays it to Okiyoshi. He chips it into the box, and it'll just be cleared away by it's on goal already for Marshall. Or excuse me, 3 shots period. No shots, or 1 shot on goal. As the ball is headed away by Georgia Southern, and now trying to go on the counter attack for the Eagles. Sarajan will take it. Sends it across high in the air and headed away. Holmes trying to keep it alive inside the box. Shot towards net that time and put into the near post by Kevin Pierre. A bouncing ball at the top of the 18. Marshall unable to clear, and Kevin Pierre whips a shot to the near post that beats Janich. Kevin Pierre's first goal of the season. And after Marshall controlling the pace early, the Eagles get the first tally.
Ball just up in the air, and Pierre
right in the center of the pitch. Okiyoshi towards the top of the 18, chips it in. Sonny Kong, 1 touch and just clears the net. As that will be, it was tipped. It was tipped. So great job by Martinez to just get a small tip on it. And it will create a corner for Taimu Okiyoshi. Pretty well. Ball played in towards the inline. Fujita crosses a little bit too deep, headed out of the air by Pama. Leander and Lees McCray, and really Georgia Southern, were affected by Hurricane Helene. Said kind of maybe I'm the problem. Bouncing ball into the hands of Janich, but at Lees McCray to create some opportunities. Okiyoshi, top of the 18, tries to find space, deflected off of a hand, I thought. Center official says, no, sir. Play will continue. At the top of the 18 or inside the 18, looked like it went off of a right hand, inadvertently.
And again, I think that's a good job of officiating from the beginning, because if you don't see it beyond a doubt, don't.
Pinto approaches for Marshall. Stutter step, strikes, and slots it in near side. Third penalty kick goal of the year for I.E. Pinto. And Marshall squares it up at 1 with 20:04 to go in the first half.
Good goal from I.E. Pinto. Interesting celebration there. Pinto, the Portugal native. 3rd PK of the year, puts it home.
Take another look from our goal cam right behind net, and Pinto just approaches. Martinez guesses incorrectly, and that'll knot us up at 1. And again,
it's a little bit different.
Ball played for Sonny Kong. Sonny Kong into the box now. Silva trying to get there.
Progresses.
Sonny Kong near side for Rodriguez dos Santos. Heel kick back to Pinto. Pinto crosses in. It was deflected. Nobody home. Freshman on freshman now. Sarajan sprinting towards the top of the 18. Tries to get around Vukovic. Bumped by Vukovic. Still to Holmes. Holmes takes a strike, and Vukovic deflects it away. But they're going to call a foul a moment before. So Danjan, the Lander transfer, approaches, sends it towards net and over. And it'll be a goal kick now for the... O'Connor chips it in towards the 6, and Janich jumping back.
Brings an extra bit of energy to the offensive attack when he comes on.
Ball played into Sordo now. Sordo left foot and just rolls it past the near post. Marshall players thought it went off of Georgia Southern. But it'll be a goal kick now for the Herd. If you look, Sordo, great opportunity there, and just barely rolled it past. Difficult for Marshall. Marshall crosses, trying to play it to Pinto, and ball bounced up. Marshall asking for a review again, and right now it is a goal kick, and our official to see kind of how is this ruled. It's a really close along that end line. Whether or not it's a penalty kick, and it's just going to be, I believe, a corner. The 18 nearly loses possession, keeps it though. Sordo, top of the 18, still with it. Ball bouncing around, multiple players around it. Now Rodriguez dos Santos strikes and sends it into the back of the net. Whitaker Rodriguez dos Santos cleans up the garbage, gets his 6th goal of the year, and Marshall takes the 2-1 lead with 9:57 to go in the first.
More opportunities, and Rodriguez dos Santos puts it home. Give a lot of credit to Amin Sordo, though. He just created a lot of just a mess, basically, in the box with the ball there. And
again, Marshall has controlled the pace for the most part of this match. Ball played in, looking for Sordo, just a little bit too heavy of a touch that time to Godard. And they'll try and reset on the ball for Marshall. Plays it back in. Tio tries to cross, deflected away by Martinez. Body types. Ball chipped in and cleared away by Marshall with 5 seconds to go. And Georgia Southern will just let the first half clock roll out. 2-1, Marshall with the lead. Georgia Southern struck first as the Eagles got a goal from Kevin Pierre. After that, Marshall.
A 2-1 Marshall lead as we get ready to start the second half of play.
Works at far side. The Herd gets it back to Fujita. Fujita plays it to Sordo. Sordo left foot turns, strikes, and there he is. Amin Sordo again. The energy off the bench. Sordo comes on, his 3rd goal of the season, and Marshall takes the 3-1 lead with 40:57 to go.
A good patient build from the Thundering Herd. Good passing, connecting, and Sordo from just outside the box turns, and yeah, so a good Georgia Southern is good for the Sun Belt.
Ball played up ahead by Marshall for Teneda. Teneda crosses it in, looking for the one touch, and it's an own goal. Off of a Georgia Southern defender on the Teneda cross. And it'll be an own goal, and it's 4-1 now Marshall with 34:42 to play in the match. Take a look again. Teneda chipped it in, tried to get it to the foot of a teammate, and Apollinario wins it against Sarajan. And now Sarajan gives Apollinario a shove. Sarajan inside the 18 crosses over and cleared away by Bain.
A bit of an attack with a little more free-flowingness, so to speak, in the final third.
Ball thrown in, bouncing ball in the 18. Janic leaps in the air and tips it over the crossbar. Just a bouncing ball, just a very small touch on it from Georgia Southern before Janic at 6'3", able to use all of that frame and tip it over. A great throw in and just tipped out of the air. Apollinario, I think, tried to clear. SMS for Marshall. Roberto plays it up ahead. Now for Sonny Kong, just a little bit too far. Good idea from Joao. South Carolina found a 3rd goal as Marshall tries to play it in for Roberto. One touch, Roberto collides with Martinez and rolls it just left the frame. Couldn't find the 5th goal of the night, but that creates a goal kick now for Georgia Southern. But could be a really nice night for Marshall. As you take a look again, Roberto got the one touch, and actually Martinez didn't touch far side. Marshall showing off its depth in this match. Sonny Kong chips it in, looking, and tried to get it to the foot that saw defenders. Now sprinting forward. Georgia Southern's got a chance here as we tick down to the end. Sarajan near side now. Right-footed shot and just grabbed on the ground by Janic. Matthew Dean tried to, as we tick down to 6 seconds left in the match. And that's pretty much going to do it from here in Huntington. The clock will hit triple zeros. Marshall will pick up the win 4-1. The Herd battles back from adversity again. Ryan falls behind early, 4 in a row, and Marshall improves to 9.